With us now, Mike Howell of the Heritage Foundation. Mike, the Mexican president now denying reports of discontent within the military. What's your take on all of that, the cartel raid, and how is this going to affect the U.S. border?
It's a horrific situation, and it's all the more reason why we need to secure our own border and keep those problems south of it. We need a wall. We need to close the loopholes, and we need the Mexican military to continue what they're doing in battling these cartels.
You see, I don't think the media in this country, and I don't think the voter really understands how serious it is south of the border. In some areas, they have a higher per capita homicide rate than the Middle East. The president just announcing he's named Chad Wolf as acting Homeland Security Secretary. I want to get this story to you, Mike. I want your reaction to this. Reuters breaking the news that 10 U.S. officials on a training mission at a checkpoint in central Guatemala now reveal that their Guatemalan counterparts, who are supposed to know about border security, that they lack a basic understanding of everything from immigration law to detention techniques to how to handle weapons to interrogation techniques. What does this say about the challenges here?
Well, I think it's important to note that we're having these Central American countries take a first step in dealing with this crisis. We aren't expecting it to be perfect overnight. The important thing is that President Trump got these countries to finally participate in mitigating these problems. There will be some growing pains.
But, Mike, it feels like we're almost reinventing the wheel from the ground up, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. These countries had done very little to mitigate their, the migrants leaving. In fact, in many cases, they were contributing to it. So the fact is that we're making progress is a step in the right direction. There are going to be hiccups, but the important thing is we're starting to get countries to do something.
Here's more evidence that this is not a, quote, manufactured crisis, as the media and Democrats have tried to say. More than 4,100 people charged with human smuggling over the border during the first 9 months. That's the highest since the federal court system began tracking this data since 2001. It's a 31% spike since President Trump took office. This is a big deal.
It is. It's the cartels, huge money-making profit scheme, that in addition to drugs. I don't think people fully comprehend how horrific these conditions are for women and children who are smuggled. And it's in everyone's best interest to get a secure and orderly system to prevent this, massive, terrible crime.
Well, it's a big money-making endeavor, right? So quickly, spell out how horrific it is for women and children.
Well, the instances of rape and, child sexual abuse along these journeys happen more times than, you'd like to recount. These people are placing women and children in the hands of criminal smuggler operations that have full control over them. And the things that happen to these folks are too terrible to even describe.
I want to move on to drug smugglers. They tried to get clever. Look at the story coming out of Australia. Australian police trying to work with U.S. officials discovered $210 million worth of meth, crystal methamphetamine, hidden inside sriracha bottles on a cargo ship bound for the U.S. This is, Mike, this is the level where we're at right now. Go ahead. Final word.
It's an absolute cat and mouse game with these drug smugglers. They find new and creative ways. The Border Patrol does a terrific job in snuffing some of them out. But the reality is we're not going to catch everything. They're doing their absolute best, but we need more officers on the border. We need more security. We need a wall. We need, upgraded ports of entry.
Mike Howell, you're a former Homeland Security Oversight Counsel. Thank you for your service to our country, and thank you for having us in your homes. Thank you so much for watching. Lou Dobbs is next right here on the Fox Business Network.